welcome back to the Film and TV channel, and we're going over for a film review over to Amazon today. So we're going to look at an Amazon film called Run Sweetheart Run. Please, if you're new to the channel, push that subscribe button. It'd be great to have you on board. Push that notification button. Do everything film and TV reviews, information, blogs. So if you can jump on board and join us, it'd be much appreciated. And please, guys, if you get a little chance as you're there now, just push that little thumb, that little thumbs up, that little like button would be great if you can do that for me as well. Make an old film and TV watcher very, very happy. Much appreciated. Right, Run Sweetheart Run, 104 minutes, a 15 certificate, a supernatural horror thriller film directed by Shana Fest. And this is from a screenplay by Fest herself, Keith Joseph Adkins and Kelly Terrell. All these scores and comments are at 3 p.m. on the 2nd of November 2022. Rotten Tomatoes audience, not overly impressed. That's a joke, but about 40% positivity, so only 4 out of 10 sort of had anything positive to say about it. Internet Movie Database, a little bit better, over 1,400 scores and reviews, 5.4 out of 10, so that's not a disaster. Anything over 5 is never a disaster, but it's nice to be up near a 6. And a 53% positivity. So again, just over half the people were reasonably happy. This film stars Ella Balinska, Pilu Asbake, Deo Okanee, Betsy Brandt, Ava Gray, Lamar Johnson, Jessica Bohr, Clark Gregg, and Shohei Agdajlu. My apologies for the pronunciation. And it's released on October the 28th, 2022 by Amazon Studios themselves. What's it about? Well, initially apprehensive when her boss insists she meets with one of his most important clients, single mum Sherry is relieved and excited when she meets charismatic Ethan. The influential businessman defies expectations and sweeps Cherry off her feet, but at the end of the night, when the two are alone together, he reveals his true violent nature. Battered and terrified, she flees. Well, she probably would fly if she could. She flees for her life, beginning a relentless game of cat and mouse with a bloodthirsty assailant hell-bent on her utter destruction. In this edge-of-your-seat, this is their words, not mine, edge-of-your-seat dark thriller, Cherry finds herself in the crosshairs of a conspiracy stranger and more evil than she could ever imagine. What about the critics? We've heard from the public. Well, Rotten Tomatoes, yeah, the critics quite liked it. 65% positivity, so that's not too bad based on 43 critics, but it's only getting a 5.5 out of 10, so only just about over halfway as far as scores are concerned. 28 fresh and 15 rotten. The consensus, Run Sweetheart Run's heavy-handedness blunts the effectiveness of its message, but this remains a wily, unpredictable thriller. I'd call it a chiller more than a thriller. Metascore, the other site to look at for the critics, 49%, so it is hovering around the halfway mark, isn't it? Between 49 and 55, something like that. That's based just on 13 critics. It scored anywhere between as low as 25 out of 100 and 75 out of 100 is the highest. 6 positive, that's okay. 5 mixed, all right, and just 2 negative. So again, reasonable. Well, name and shame or name and acclaim. Brian Tellerico from RogerRabbit.com said, Fest overall ambition and craftsmanship, along with a fantastic central performance from Ella Balinska, holds things together, even over the film's rocky patches. Well, I suppose rocky is one word for it. Benjamin Lee of The Guardian here in the UK said, it's difficult to fault a film for being over-ambitious given the low-effort nature of so many genre films, but the sheer two-joint in bizarreness of Run Sweetheart Run needed a surer hand to guide us through. Yeah, it's as though we... Yeah, this film, it's as though we knew there was this bloke. I mean, like part of a franchise, a latest film in a as in, Halloween and Friday the 13th. It's all this guy was well known to us throughout the film, which was a bit odd. It just needed a little bit of tweaking here and there, as suggested. Noel Murray from the LA Times said, Fest handles the action horror in Run Sweetheart Run well, and for those who can handle its more preposterous twists, there are trashy pulp kicks to be had out there. Yeah, I mean, even trashy stuff needs a little bit of a background, a little bit of more information perhaps than what we get. You don't just drop you in it and accept people are doing things for whatever reason. Variety's Dennis Harvey, not overly impressed, gave it 30 out of 100 and said nothing gels as the film careens from cartoonishness to violent peril to attempted satire to sentimentality and so forth, all of it hyperbolic and inorganic. Yes, I think he's trying to say it's a bit messy, literally at times. Slash Films Matt Donato, though he's one of the guys who liked this. He gave it 75 out of 100. He said, "This is a passionate Los Angeles marathon that severs heads, scolds abusive norms, and gets loud about the way society needs to reflect upon bettering itself. Shana Fest finds action-packed elegance in rage and reflection, borrowing from fast-moving midnight flicks that aren't afraid to challenge oppressive stigmas." There you go. I didn't realise it was a film of our time, this one, but yes, I think Matt quite liked it. On to my thoughts, guys. My score, first of all. And yes, there was elements of this I wanted to give a 6 out of 10, but there's the negative side of it kept it, for me, I'm just going to give it a 5 out of 10, which doesn't mean it's unwatchable. Some people get something out of it, some people think it's absolute bobbins, but I thought it was okay. It's a bit of an odyssey as horrors go. Had some bad, has some good, some daft, some silly. But if you treat it as a low budget horror without too many complications, it's absolutely fine. As already suggested, Ella Balinska is excellent. And yeah, I'll give a little word for Pilu Asbake as well. He did a pretty good job as the nasty evil man. The problem for this, for me, it's not usually a problem with horror films. You don't expect too much common sense or things to make that much sense. Of course you don't. But there's just a big lack of backstory. It never totally tells you about the characters in this. And all right, you've got the character you want to stick up for, played by Ella Belinsky, of course, the poor girl in this. But it's just the background to the evil in this. There's no real big explanation. And for me, investment in characters is one of the key things. That helps me invest in the character either for good or bad. I mean, I can invest in an evil character as well, but if you're not told too much about them, it's all left to your own imagination. It sort of ruins it. It's a bit lazy, a little bit lazy writing, and there's too many gaps in this to actually say out there and say, "Oh, this is a cracking film," because it just leaves too much to your own imagination. I don't like that. I don't mind a bit of dot to dot, but this does pushes that all the way. For me, it would have made actually. It sounds daft. It's an hour and 40 minutes. It actually would have made a decent mini series, and sometimes this felt to me like a bit of a long trailer for a franchise or a mini series. The way it was put together, but as a throwaway chiller, it did have some good bits. Some very one or two scenes did make me take me aback, and were very very good. But it was just all a bit of a mishmash, unfortunately. So a shame. Good potential, but as I say, too many gaps that we're expected to fill in. I'm lazy. I don't want to fill in gaps. I want to be told. I want to watch something and enjoy it for what it is. I don't want to make my own. I don't want to make my own decisions on things. That's why I don't like poor endings to films. I want it in black and white. I want the writer and the screen and the director and everybody else to tell me the story from A to Z and give it a finish. And for this, there's too many gaps in this for me. Totally impressed, but it's a shame because there were some good bits in it, especially on the acting side, as I've already mentioned. Let me know what you think, guys. Anyway, if you get to watch this, what you thought of it. Not a disaster, but could have been so much better. Let me know your thoughts. Anyway, thanks for watching. Until we meet again, I ask one thing, don't I? Please stay safe, everyone. Bye for now.